Hello everybody and welcome back to another video today. I'm really excited to be talking about Ryse, Son of Rome. So, this is made by Crytek, the same people who made the Crysis series, the infamous gonna kill your PC if you don't have the correct PC to play this game type of game. Anyways, as always, complete box experience. Well, I still have my receipt in here. It came with an Xbox Live Pass, which is clearly expired. And if you guys don't know, this was like a launch title for the Xbox One, which was really, really big. On the back, it says, "Fight as a soldier, lead as a general, rise as a legend. Amidst the chaos of the last Roman Empire, embark on a perilous campaign of revenge through the immersive realism powered by the Xbox One. Experience brutal skirmish and massive battles as you fight to restore honor of Rome." The reason I struggle to read this, look how tiny that font is. That font is ridiculously small. That's my finger for comparison. Like, how do they expect us to read this? Xbox One brings the brutal intensity. Anyways, I'm not going to read all that. Anyways, Ryse, Son of Rome. What did I think about this game? What are the pros? What are the cons? Let's get into it. The pros. This game holds up so well for 2026. It looks absolutely beautiful. The cutscenes are so seamless into the combat. It looks fantastic. Some of the most fun I've had playing a game. And it did that thing where you play the game, you beat the game, you go to play another game, but you kind of get that burnout feeling from the game. Not from this game specifically, but when you jump into a second game, because this game was so good, I try another game, I'm like, oh, it's not as good as that last game. It makes me not really want to play games. Anyways, this game is fantastic. The combat's fantastic. The story is like a little So if you don't know the stories of, is it Democles? His story was he was like a Roman ruler where he got betrayed by some of his companions, because in Rome, being a soldier like that, you never leave a man behind. That's why when they get ready to stand guard, they open up their shields and the general walks forward, and he is the one to lead the charge because he's supposed to be there with his men. He got betrayed and he was killed. And when he is killed, I forget what is the god or goddess that helps him out. I'll go ahead and put their name up here if I can find it. But they grab him, they revive him, they give him the blade, and then his job is to seek revenge on all those who did him wrong. This game is not like a complete story back, like it's not the exact story of Damocles. They just kind of took that, made up a story, and kind of meshed the two together, which is still fine. It's absolutely amazing and fantastic. So the combat, how does the combat work in this game? So the goal of the combat system here is a lot of parrying and attacking. Parrying is your best friend in this game. The better you can parry, the more damage you can deal. There's some attacks that are, in quote, unparryable unless you parry them perfect. Like, you have to parry them absolutely perfectly. Otherwise, you are going to take damage. Well, let me say, they're not unparryable, but they're unblockable attacks, and the only way you can stop them is if you parry them. If you just hold block, they're going to damage you. The enemy flashes red when that happens, and then it lets you know that that's the type of thing. So in this game, the main way that the combat works is you have, I believe X is like one attack, Y is the second attack, holding X is a stronger variation of that attack, and holding Y is a stronger variation of the Y attack. You also have shield enemies that you have to hit them specifically with the Y attack to break their shield, and then you can go and do whatever you gotta do. But do not spam the attacks. If you're just spamming X and then maybe Y, or you do X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, the enemies are gonna catch on, and they're gonna know that's what you're doing, and they're gonna back off and not let you hit them with the same exact attacks, which I find absolutely fascinating. Besides that, there's another element within the combat as well that uses the directional pad. So there's a few things. There's a focus meter that you can go ahead and build up. There's a health meter that you can go ahead and build up as well. And there's an XP meter that you can go ahead and build up. I don't know how you gain health if it's slow or not, because I've always used the meters to help me out. And what I mean by that is when you're attacking an enemy, you know, doing the Y for the certain attack, blocking, parrying, eventually a skull is going to appear above their head. That's an execution. If you do an execution, the enemy will either flash Y, or either flash yellow, which you press Y, or they'll flash blue, you press X. They will have, depending on how far into the campaign you are, they're going to have multiple flashes. So you just got to pay attention to which button you press. You want to do executions to gain health, XP, and focus. I'll touch on focus here in just a second. The way you gain those abilities is you use the directional pad. If you have gaining health on when you're doing the executions, all you're going to do is gain health for every single execution. But you can change the thing that you gain based off how you change the directional pad. So if you're like, oh, I'm running out of health, just select the right on the D-pad, you know, attack, do your executions. The execution will then grant you health. That's what the upgrade system's for. Same thing with focus. Now, a cool thing is, if you forgot that you had the health upgrade on and you're doing these executions and you're in the middle of an execution, as long as that doesn't finish, you can quickly switch to XP or a focus meter. And then it'll count that as whatever you select. Even though you're halfway through the execution and you're like, my health is completely full, if you just select XP, once that execution is finished, then you get more XP. With that being said, the focus meter, you have a little bar underneath the health. That is your focus meter. Once your focus meter is filled, it has like little bar sections, so you can have like 5 or 6 saved up. Your Spartan throws his shield on the ground, like slams it on the ground, and then slow motion happens. You then Spartan kick enemies. You press your X button, your Y button for the attacks, and that just deals quick damage. And if you abuse it, because you can abuse it, set your focus on, attack the enemies, and then on the D-pad have it selected for focus, and just keep hitting them with that. You can kind of abuse that and keep getting focus and keep getting focus. So that's absolutely fantastic. The story is really good. Some parts didn't stick and some parts got boring, but it's just a typical action adventure beat 'em up style game. You go up to a certain area, a bunch of enemies, you fight a bunch of enemies, you parry, you attack. You go to a next area, you fight a bunch of enemies, you parry, attack. I mean, that's just the basis of the story. Without getting into too much depth, the beginning of the story starts out with your guy, I think his name is, it's not Marcus. I beat this game a couple days ago. I meant to film a video a couple days ago. I'll put his name up here as well. You come up, your wife and your son is killed, and you want to get vengeance on the people who killed them. But you're just a soldier, and so you have to follow the king's orders. And you go on, and they're like, hey, we have to do this the right way. They march north, try to find the person. There's a big plot twist at the end of who actually did it, so you realize it's like, oh, the person that I thought did it did not do it. And then, you know, you fight some bosses. The cool thing is, if you ever read the story of Odysseus, or the Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan film, The Odyssey, each region they go to, they have different sets of enemies. And my favorite region is when it kind of turns witch trial-esque, and some of the enemies are wearing like skulls and like animal faces, and they just look a lot bigger, and it just almost has like a supernatural effect. They are humans under those masks, but it's a nice break of pace for just the standard Roman Empire style enemies that you typically fight. So that's fantastic as well. And then I think the way I'm going to end this, the final thoughts, the upgrade tree. Something that I do want to warn you guys, in the upgrades, there's 2 upgrade pages. One upgrade page just like is your standard more health, more focus, more XP. And then another upgrade page breaks down the very specific amount. So it's another health tree, another XP tree, another focus tree. But the difference is this focus tree and this health tree and this XP tree breaks it up into a lot finer, minute details. I'll go ahead and put up, hopefully, what it looks like on screen if I don't forget to show you. So just make sure when you're gaining all your XP, actually look at all the availability in terms of upgrades that you can, because I went and I only upgraded one section, and I felt like it was weird because I would max out the upgrade tree up until it had like lock symbols. So I was like, I'm not far enough into the game to unlock it. But I was like, I've always had an excess amount of XP until I realized there's a whole other page that I can be putting upgrades in. And once I put upgrades into that other page, it made my character a lot stronger. But with that being said, guys, I think this game is an absolute pickup. I actually still have my receipt here. I picked up Ryse Son of Rome right here for $4. $4. As you can see, I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Song of the Deep and Quantum Break. Song of the Deep, I will be doing a review on. Song of the Deep is made by Insomniac. I didn't even know about that game. It's on the Xbox. So I'm going to go ahead and start reviewing that. As you see, I have a lot of PlayStation games behind me, but my Xbox, I just got a Series X, so I'm going to start collecting for that and doing some reviews on that as well. Without further ado, guys, if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd like to hear down below the kinds of games you guys are playing, what is interesting you, and just how you guys have been. Peace out.